And welcome back once again, everybody, to our Loosey Goosey show with our wonderful intro song by Russ Horton, Big Daddy Russ Horton.
No.
And,
my new toy, but he's having fun.
Yeah.
You go ahead and intro the show. I'll talk about that.
Different kind of toy, ladies. Not the kind of toy you're thinking of, but yeah. Welcome back once again. Thank you all for tuning in to our Loosey Goosey show about town, Halton Hills highlights, all that good stuff. And yeah, we've got some news to talk about. Still some wishy-washy questions and answers going on with the Doug Ford government. But today's show brought to you again, of course, by a restaurant. And we're looking at the Spinning Grill in Acton, which is located inside the Beckers. Right by the Tandia Bank there, 352 Queen Street. Their number is 519-853-2770. Order your takeout today. That's all you're going to get today. You can't go into the restaurants anymore. But give them a call. It's Mediterranean cooking, shawarmas and that type of thing. So something a little bit different, It's instead of pub food. Everybody loves their pub food, don't get me wrong, but yeah. Something a little bit different because there's all kinds of pizza joints and Chinese food places too as well.
There's lots of wonderful restaurants, and they're the people that we're really focusing on right now because they're the businesses that are still allowed to work out there, but they're having a hard time.
Oh, big time.
And as you suggested, call them directly.
Yeah, definitely. 519-853-2770. And get a cool meal. Like I say, they're inside where Becker's is. They share the space with Becker's, and I've actually had a couple of meals out of there. It's pretty darn good, man.
We haven't tried them yet.
Darn good,
yeah. Make a trip down
delicious.
Very good. Yeah, no, I definitely highly recommend it. So,
and the news brought to you as always by Max Tires and Auto Sales, and they're at 61 Guelph Street in Georgetown. And it's time to change your tires over, I guess, get your snows off. A lot of people are doing that right now. And, of course, they have licensed mechanics at Max Tires.
All your general repairs,
That's right.
Yeah.
The lowest prices in southern Ontario, according to the man himself, and that is Sean and Rob. Great couple of guys. And hello to all the gang over at Fred's Towing and Easy Taxi, of course, as well. Watch the guys at Fred at the side of the road. They're with the police and the ambulance during accident scenes, and please drive carefully through there.
Slow down and move over. Very key element
there won't be many on the road if things happen the way they're supposed to after today's announcements.
The big announcement is not only Halton Hills, the entire province. What's going on, Leah? Now apparently there's a full lockdown.
Yeah, and it's extended. It's extended from 4 weeks to 6.
So we're now sitting here 6 weeks, and now you're allowed to go out for groceries, pharmaceuticals, go to the doctor, stuff like that.
But pretty much that's it.
The parks are closed.
Yeah.
I don't think you're not allowed to go for a walk. You can't tell a human being you can't go for a walk. That's criminal.
Well, this is the other thing they were going off of is that, Quebec had brought down the curfew issue. Doug Ford had said that he didn't want to bring out a curfew issue because it's very hard to police it. So
it upset everybody in Quebec.
People work different shifts too. So how do you?
Well, this is it. You have night shift workers, afternoons. You have people that So
they don't have time to pull every shift over.
Well, that's it. And then you look at like the cab situation. Would we be getting pulled over every time when you had somebody in the cab, right? So
it's an essential service,
from what I've heard, sources I've seen and read up on, the curfew thing is a no-go issue. But like you said, yeah, pretty much everything closed. The only thing you need to go for is groceries, pharmacy, doctor's appointments, and that's it.
And you got to keep in mind now, too, they've now implemented permission for the police officers to pull you over. They will ask you for your identification showing your address.
Yeah.
And you need to prove to them what you're doing out. What is it you're out doing that is so important? They now have permission to do this. I'm not sure of the ramifications, but I'm assuming if you can't prove it and you are out for no good reason, I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of ramification.
Now, that to me is a bit of a questionable one, too, because you could be getting people, as you say, people are just going out for a walk. You could be getting people that just want to go for a drive. Yeah. They want to go out in the country and hit the back roads and go, just go for a drive. Just to get out of the home. So, I think that could be a tough one to combat as well.
How do they police that?
Yeah. You know.
Don't know.
And what are they going to do?
So, in fact, people, there's some news for you. It's pretty vague news
But
once
also,
again.
and don't forget, also, you are now not allowed to have anybody at your house. There's no numbers.
Yeah.
Unless you live on your own, and if you live on your own, you are allowed to have one person in the house besides yourself. I'm assuming that's for mental health purposes.
So,
they don't want to see people on their own.
ladies, you can have your boy toy over. You're okay.
So now I understand that there are no fraternity bashes allowed anymore?
Nope.
Well,
What are
We'll
we going to
see.
do? That's our Saturday night,
This
isn't
could
it?
be our life.
dinner at my house, I guess, more guys.
Oh my God! Yeah. So once again, everybody, Doug Ford coming down with more news. That's no news. That's not good news. That's vague news. And
I'm a news guy. I love it when people say, "Did you hear what's going on in the news right now?" I go, "Buddy, I live in
That's
around
what I do.
sports, whatever, you know." But the big thing in the news right now, it's depressing reading about COVID every day.
I'm sick of it.
Gets to you.
Fed up.
Not depressing like I'm going to cut my wrists over it, but I mean, I just move on and have a sandwich or a coffee or something and say, oh well. But and not only the fact that it's depressing is everyone's in the same boat. I mean, three-quarters of I write newscasts every day, and it's hard to get regular stories in there, like the funeral of Prince Philip. I mean, it's hard because people are talking about this, about COVID, that, about COVID. We're COVIDed to death, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody's so fed up with it.
And that's the way life is today.
And the other thing I got thinking about is even doctor's appointments. 90% of your doctor's appointments are being virtual. Phone or Zoom or something along those lines. So even people going, a lot of doctors' offices in general, GP doctors are not open. They're, you have to talk to them on the phone and then, the odd time go in for whatever. So even going out for something like that, they're going to question, like, really?
And if you do have a Zoom meeting with a lot of people that you work with, make sure you're wearing clothes.
Yeah, pants really should be on.
Yes,
No, the guy in Quebec come in from a jog, didn't know that the camera was on, and he was totally starkers.
I love it.
And in front of all, the new things that are funny in today's society.
Never to be forgotten, the era of COVID.
What else we got going on, man?
The era of watching Sopranos reruns in your underwear is here, folks.
And don't forget, you're eating Cheetos, too. So
Oh, yeah. Got any
Hell
crunch chips?
no.
Crunchits, those are awesome.
All right.
Those are done. Oh, that's
Now,
fine.
as of Friday, which is the 16th of April, 183 new cases across Halton region. Leading the way, Oakville with 70. And we have closely followed by Burlington with 52, Milton with 47. The big three usually have higher numbers than we do. We only have 14.
Yeah.
I call them the big three because they are the big three.
But that's a lot
Burlington,
for us.
Oakville, and
Really?
Yeah.
And
14
Milton.
is a higher number than what we normally have.
yes, well, we're going up. We're not going down. I mean, there's
that's
no
the
doubt
problem.
about that.
Yeah.
Now, the total variant cases, 1,965. That's up about 500 in the last few days.
That's insane. And not shocking, though. We've all been talking about it the last couple of weeks that we're not surprised seeing those numbers increase because that variant's going
It
to be...
seems like this is a smart bugger, isn't it? It's a smart virus.
Well, they're claiming now. I was shocked when I saw it come across again the banner that I have for CBC News that at the end of May they're talking the possibility if it continues to climb as it is, 18,000 cases a day. If I read that correctly, as it flashed across my phone.
Wow.
The IC units are not going to hand. They're having a hard time
God.
handling what we have now.
And now I understand the Ontario government, we're asking for nurses to come from out of province to help our nurses.
Yeah.
Well,
And
the-
Alberta's already said no.
Well, they can't afford to lose them
no.
there.
They can't, what's the problem? They're not going to. It's going to be a point. They're not going to be able to afford to lose them anywhere. And I mean, it's one of those things right now. Young people are getting ill, and there has been, from my understanding, it's affecting them much more severely now, as if they were the 70 or 80-year-olds that were being affected.
Well, especially
This new
like I said,
variant's deadly.
that variant is just that much stronger and that much more brutal.
Very smart.
It's
But
insane.
don't blame Premier Ford. It's not his fault there's the coronavirus in our lives.
Oh, it's not
I
his
mean,
fault,
he's
no.
trying to make a decision, and there's not just Ford making the decision. It's everybody together.
Yeah.
It's a collective.
It's these
And
experts.
I think that after all this is done, I could sell tickets. Backdoor Jimmy was on the phone with me just a few days ago, and we're going to set up a cage match between Premier Ford and Mrs.
Horvath.
And
The nails on the
Jimmy
chalkboard.
Jimmy
The nails
thinks-
on the
yes.
chalkboard.
Yeah, Jimmy thinks that they will go like hotcakes. The tickets will fly.
Gotcha. Definitely.
Fly off. Okay.
Now, with all the new restrictions in place, a statement put on its website at Halton Healthcare noted that effective last Friday, patients at Oakville, Trafalgar, Milton District, and Georgetown hospitals will not be able to receive visitors at all. We talked a little bit about it last week. In light of the government's stay-at-home order increasing COVID-19 cases in our community, they had to make this decision to just suspend visitation completely. None at all.
Yeah, that's about a week old, but I thought that we should go over that again. And it's
Well, we need to
important
remind
that
people,
know.
and this is the thing that's still, yes, we have a lot of ICU beds full, but there's still a lot of other people that are in hospital, and it's got to be challenging for the family not to be able to go in and see their loved ones and hold their hand and
Been there, done that. The last shutdown of last fall.
It's when whereas some hospitals you had the odd time one person could go in on a rotating basis or something, but now nothing at all. And just a reminder to people that if you have a hospital stay coming, take a lot of magazines and some headphones and your tablet and phone and
like I say, take your jammies and Sopranos reruns and
download Netflix to buy the episode.
Exactly. Just that's all you can do, man, and it's unfortunate.
Listening to Halton Hills Online Radio.
There you go.
There you go. Very true.
through the day to keep you entertained, and at night then you turn on the TV programs.
That's right.
So
all right. So and we've had a recent another problem at Walmart here in Georgetown. Walmart has another case of COVID-19. The second report in a few days, matter of fact. But it's not surprising with what's going on. I mean, these are big chain stores. And they're going to run into problems. Acton, same thing. We'll be talking about that shortly. But, I mean, and as we keep saying over and over and over again, don't go with your mother and Aunt Martha and the kids
and the grandkids
shopping. Go by yourself and do your shopping by yourself, please, folks. Wash your hands. Do what they tell you to do in the grocery store. Keep, if you've driven in Hamilton, it's easy. It's
all
easy
one ways.
It's all one ways. Okay, the folks in Hamilton have no problem with this because they're used to one ways. But you throw a Georgetownite into a Food Basics, and they're going up and down the wrong way. I mean, how many times are you grocery shopping and you see some dude walking your way? What are you going to do? Get mad at the poor bugger? He doesn't realize it.
All of a sudden, go clothesline him, right?
Hey, stop this. I'm a cop. You know what I mean? I'm a line cop here. And,
Line cop.
You're not following
you're
the
a
line.
6 meter foot cop.
Yeah.
You're following the arrows on the floor.
But you're right, Big Daddy. This taking multiple people shopping with you has got to stop.
There's your problem with Walmart right there.
Well, you know what? In all fairness, too, at this point, that's being very greedy because now that they put the grocery stores and whatnot down to 25% capacity, and if you have 2 or 3 people with you, kids, adults, you've got people that need stuff in that lineup that are going to wait that much longer till those 3 people leave.
Just because you
need one.
And I had somebody say to me the other day, she goes, well, what about a single mom? I'm sorry, you don't have a friend you can call for an hour or half an hour in the situation you're in to come sit with your children or drop them off for a quick play date.
Or someone pick up what you need.
Or exactly. And this was what I'd mentioned to somebody last week is like, you've got a neighbor, you ask them, hey, you need some bread, some milk, whatever, grab it for them,
especially
so they don't even have to go, especially if they have young children.
A lot of people have their groceries delivered now.
Well, that too. We did the Voila through Sobeys, and it was great. It was awesome, and they had a lot more stuff online than they do in the bloody store.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if you've got little ones, you don't want them touching everything. Who knows? Because there's been cases in the grocery stores.
Sure.
So, little ones, how are you going to keep their hands to themselves? They put their hands in their mouth, they're touching things.
So
that's not good either.
A different story other than anything to do with COVID. Halton police are looking to identify a suspect who has stolen some tools valued at about $500 from an underground parking structure. In the early morning hours of March 16th, the unidentified suspect rode their bicycle inside the structure at 171 Main Street South in Georgetown and then proceeded to steal the tools. The suspect was wearing a black jacket, black pants with red patches on the outer lower legs, black running shoes with white soles, black gloves, a black scarf, and a high visibility safety vest.
He'd be kind of hard to miss, wouldn't he? Guy would stick right out, wouldn't he?
So, hello. Hi. Oh, there's no cameras here. And to top it off, the suspect was also riding a woman's mountain bike that is silver in color with an oversized seat. Get this, not done yet. Also, yellow brake lines, bright yellow rims on both the front rear tires.
Oh no, they wouldn't be recognizable.
How did nobody see this guy?
He would blend right into the background.
Oh, those trees are so bright and yellow right now, I wouldn't see him.
Well, he shouldn't be too hard to find.
Yeah, anyone with information or maybe a bit of footage would be entertaining, so we'd love to see it too. Please contact Halton Regional Police through Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. Or you can just call them at 905-825-4747.
We're not laughing at the situation. We're just glad that we're not talking about COVID for a few moments.
Well, that's some of it too.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh, don't get me wrong. The guy stole tools, but he is a tool.
Obviously.
Stealing tools, so it kind of just became apropos.
Yeah.
But no,
let's hope we find him.
It's not like a guy all dressed in black, right, on a regular bike.
Exactly, like
everything he wore was, look at me,
yeah.
here I am.
Hi there.
Wow.
Cry for help, maybe. I don't know.
That's crazy.
I just thought it was something else completely different in my head. I'm sorry. You get those moments out of here, Anyway.
Come back to us, Russ.
Changing gears. Being an old guy, you've got to come inside my head and you'd be laughing too.
It's safer up here.
The Halton District School Board has posted an update for families and students as the move to remote learning for all schools starts next week. That's just getting all buried here. Is this going to be at the Christmas party that we don't have? On the cutting room floor? All the outtakes. Leave this stuff in. The notification to parents, which happened on Tuesday night, comes 24 hours after the Ford government announced that, she's lost it? All Ontario schools will move to virtual learning and schools will effectively be closed to in-class learning starting next week. This has all got buried because of what's going on, and we're laughing.
Well, yeah, the school part of it definitely has been kind of put on that. Once Leche announced that schools closed indefinitely, everybody's just kind of forgotten about it.
And the government has not provided a date for when in-person learning will resume, of course, because it's just like everything else. We don't know anything that's going on. Hey, ask a politician.
We're not really sure what's going to happen next.
What's happening, Mr. Politician? How the hell do I know? You know what I mean? Seriously. No matter what party you're with.
Yeah, it has nothing to do. Parties have nothing to do with any of this, and that's the thing is everybody keeps going, the Conservative Party. You know what? I don't think anybody in Doug Ford's position could be doing a better job. I really don't.
I think he's doing all right. I mean, what do you want the guy to do?
It's got to suck, man. It's got to be the worst job.
That's what I said. You know what?
The worst job to have right now is his.
But you know what? And if any of the parties are smart at this point, they bow out of the election and leave it where it is so they don't have to deal with it.
Do you really?
I wouldn't want it.
Do you really want to take this over?
Yeah.
I don't.
Have it.
Oh,
Here.
I'll take it over. I doubt it. I somehow doubt it.
I'd run away screaming.
Oh, me too.
This story here is I don't know what benefit it really has, as parking enforcement around here is kind of sketchy on a good day. Halton Hills parking enforcement will be eased off during the province stay-at-home order, which I guess will last this extra couple of weeks now. At the town Halton Hills Council meeting, which took place on April 12th, a resolution passed directing staff to relax parking enforcement and allow residents to park for a longer period of time, especially considering there's no snow on the road, so it shouldn't be an issue. As a provincial stay-at-home order has increased the amount of residents housing additional family members in their vehicles. Why are they housing additional family members in their vehicles? We're not supposed to be.
But that was prior to this announcement today too, though. That just came out. So.
Yeah.
So if you are where you're at, you're staying where you're at. I guess.
You basically, they're saying you can park overnight now without being ticketed in the Halton Hills area. So. Yeah, I have people that park in front of my house all night, all the time, and they never get ticketed. So
but there is areas that do get a lot. of
some
tickets.
do, I'm sure
do,
but
so.
you know, the guy loves to sit at the Sobeys Mall. I know that because he grabs a lot of people there. So
doing his job.
Yeah.
Halton Hills Pharmacy has contacted Halton Public Health after 2 employees have tested positive for the coronavirus. The report comes less than a week after another employee at the same location in Acton tested positive. That's Shoppers Drug Mart in Acton, like Walmart. They've had a couple of cases.
Yeah.
That's the one on Queen Street, by the way.
Right, the only one.
Yeah, I know. Had a couple of employees test positive for the virus as of April the 12th. The last day the employees worked at that Shoppers Drug Mart location in Acton was April the 3rd and April the 9th. And
Yeah.
Tom Gibney died. I just Channel 9 newscaster.
Oh, Tom Gibney.
Remember Tom Gibney?
Yeah, oh
Yep.
man. My mom and dad watched him every night, man. Every single night.
It just hit my mind now. I didn't want to forget to say that because I grew up watching Tom Gibney, and he was such a great newsman. And Channel 9 News, you know, times change.
Just goes to show our destiny.
See, I remember Dave Duvall. That was CTV. That was my grandparents and my parents and
drawing his umbrellas backwards.
Yeah, he could do it. He could write the weather backwards.
Yeah,
Dave
it was
Duvall,
cool.
and amazing. But you know, times change, and these people get older and older. As we were saying earlier, Bobby Vinton is 86 today, and you couldn't name one song by Bobby Vinton.
Couldn't remember.
Maybe because I'm a music guy, but his biggest hit was "Roses Are Red, My Love." And he was known as the Polish Prince. He's 86 today.
See, I always think of the character from SCTV that Eugene Levy did.
Yeah.
I forgot about him.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I always think of.
Oh, da 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 da.
This is a really cool story because I happen to know one of these lucky winners. A couple of Halton residents are very lucky who won new luxury homes and cash as well in the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation Spring Lottery. Phil Shea, Phil, went to school with Phil for a long time, known him for a long time, won the $7 million grand prize, which includes a show home in King City, a Muskoka lakefront cottage, and $500,000 in cash. And Burlington's Anne Mary Savriari won the $2.6 million grand prize. In Burlington, out of Burlington.
Wow,
so
that's a lot.
I'm adoptable. Just saying.
Yeah.
Can I go hang out with this guy?
Yeah.
Hey, Phil.
Phil
Can
Shea.
I come?
Phil Shea, I've known for years. I played hockey with him years ago. Went to high school with him.
That's awesome.
Congratulations, Phil. It's very, and it's so cool because years ago we had bought 10 calendars because they say 1 out of 10 wins. So we bought 10 calendars, gave them out for Christmas. Nobody won one thing out of all those 10 calendars. Not even one of the little day prizes that they'd give away. Nobody won. So I was like, this thing. So it was really cool to see somebody I know actually win. So congratulations, Phil. And Anne as well. She's out of Burlington winning the $2.6 million as well. So very cool.
Very cool. And that we got to get through these stories. It's busier than I thought it was, actually. The Halton Hills Fire Department is asking residents to take precautions following an investigation that revealed a bathroom fan is the probable cause of a recent Georgetown house fire. The Chaplain Crescent fire on the evening of April the 8th last week caused roughly $750,000 in damage. And according to the town of Halton Hills, the Ontario Fire Marshal has linked a bathroom fan as the cause of the blame. Now, on Twitter, the municipality also mentioned, now listen to this, the fire department wants to remind residents to turn off bathroom fans and ensure that they are cleaned regularly, as dust and lint can build up as a fire
See, I
hazard.
know a lot of people that after they have their shower, when they leave the bathroom, they leave the fan on, thinking, you know,
and all that moisture in the air.
And whatever. Well, that moisture sticks to those pipes, and then anything that sucks through sticks to that moisture. And
like an air conditioner.
Or your dryer.
Clean your air conditioner vent.
Yeah.
Dryer lint.
Yeah.
Your dryer lint, same thing. You know, that's a serious problem, and interesting that was the cause of that fire. So, but cool thing is everybody got out of there, so that was really cool.
Yeah.
I know we're going to talk about Cats Anonymous, so I want to get through this one story as well. Some people might think it's a little bit morbid. Some people, I don't know. It's hard to say, but and the other issue is right now, you know, we're trying to help out as many nonprofit places as we can. Like you say, the Kitten Rescue. These guys here are from the Townsend Smith Foundation, and they're trying to raise money for a hospice being built in the Milton, Halton Hills area. There are some in Burlington and Oakville, but there's none up here. And with all these COVID things going on, hospice is going to be kind of needed, unfortunately. It's an unfortunate thing. A lot of people don't know what a hospice is. It's a home-like environment that offers compassionate care for individuals and their families for somebody who's passing away. And you know, like I said, we only have 409 hospice beds in all of Ontario.
Wow.
That's it.
I didn't know.
So they're doing
Me either. In Ontario. Wow.
in all of Ontario. So like
insane.
that's insane. That's crazy. Now they're doing an upcoming hike for hospice on Saturday, May 1st. It's a virtual hike, so you will hike from your home. Is how they're going to do it, and they want you to take video as you go, kind of thing. It's a very cool idea. They're expecting 200 participants. They want to rally the community and strength and raise funds to build the first hospice in North Halton, because they believe every individual should have a dignified and caring end-of-life journey. They're encouraged to complete a 5-kilometer walk, bike, run, or practice, and please practice social distancing as well. They must do their physical activity within their respective households in accordance with the current provincial regulations.
So is that going to be still on with all this?
Well, this is what we're going to have to find out for sure.
If they can check through, we can put a link up there.
Yeah, we can. We're going to have a link on our website along with everything else. Liz and Margaret contacted me about this. They're trying to raise money. It turns out that Acton has actually raised the most money so far for this charity. They've got a team up there that's raised quite a bit of money. So congratulations to you guys. I'll try and get some more names and everything for next week. But yeah, it turns out Acton right now has raised a whack load of money for this
Good for you,
hospice
Acton.
thing. We'll have the link on our site. You can go to Hike for Hospice. You can find it and raise some money and get a hospice built here in North Halton. We definitely need it.
I'll try and remember to also, when we put the video up, I'll put the link for that.
Yeah.
And a big expansion is on the way for Halton's vaccine program. Beginning today, April 16th, essential workers who can't do their jobs from home, including teachers and individuals working in food manufacturing and distribution, can book an appointment to be vaccinated with one of Halton's public health clinics. So there you go. And also Acton's second cannabis retailer has now been given the green light and is authorized to open up, according to the Alcohol and Gaming Commissioner of Ontario. Butters will be located at 372 Queen Street East and is the 4th store to open in Halton Hills. 4 stores located in Georgetown are still waiting for the green light. They haven't got it yet.
Yeah,
but Butters is going to be here.
They're in the Sobeys Plaza.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now we wanted to talk about the cats for basically, and I think that
I think most people are animal lovers. You know,
I think we all are.
Well, a lot of them are really suffering right now. A lot of these organizations that assist. In
most charitable
homes
organizations are going to be in this boat, right? And it's unfortunate. And their big event that they normally raise, what was it, 10,000 or something?
Something like that. 10,000.
They're doing well though. They've almost got half. Now, if we can get everybody to crunch and get the other half and more. I mean, essentially, it's the goal.
Sure, yeah.
But it's
now,
not
we
like
we already help out Angela Pellegrino and the wonderful folks at the Upper Credit Humane Society, but we're going to give a little bit of a spotlight to some of the other organizations who do wonderful jobs. And Cats Anonymous is for cats only, right? And it's based in Fergus, but it covers the... Now, Leah and Austin Douglas, our correspondent in Indiana, have got together and put together a video of Cats Anonymous that we can link up, and we're going to give it to them to use on any platform they want.
Of course.
It's available now, I believe. So can we link that?
It's on our page.
Now, when we post our vlog, which is what we're doing right now, can we put a link up for that so it's underneath it? Everything's all nice.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I do every Friday.
Yeah,
so
I know you do. Yeah.
We'll
I just
double
wanted to
check
make sure
and
we
make a
wanted
list
to
of what they are.
because
but, yeah.
Cats Anonymous, it's been a challenging year for them trying to navigate the ever-changing COVID-19 pandemic, and at the shelter they've been struggling with new and safe ways of fundraising for our much-needed work. Now, this is the second year that they're not able to have their largest fundraiser.
That's true.
In support of the kitten program. No large indoor group events mean no paws in the garden, silent auction, and as you said, $10,000 is what they wanted to raise. And so we're going to help them. And we're going to, if you want a little kitty cat to keep you company during these very strange times, it's worth the drive to Fergus, as they say.
Well, they cover the I think it's the Wellington Halton area they cover, I think is what they're basically trying to do. And again, like you said, we were talking off air, they help with surgeries and vaccinations and cats that have been, hit on the road or something, and everybody loves a kitten. Who doesn't love a kitten?
Well, it's not like these cats and even with the Upper Credit, I mean, the animals need us, and these organizations that are getting animals that are stray or left on their doorstep or looking for homes for the kittens or
this is again one of those businesses, I guess you could call it, or organizations. There's a ton of them out there that are going to be struggling right now, and it's because, for one, people just don't have the extra money, and two, their family and all of that stuff is becoming priority. So, raising money and charity events has kind of becomes secondary.
Cats Anonymous, Fergus. Check out the links, and that's going to be a wrap. And I'll.
So to the few people that had sent me messages, there you go. I wore no sunglasses this time. I needed glasses. They are prescription sunglasses. That's why I wear them most of the time.
Well, I sometimes the light bothers my.
But I've had a few people message me. These are the ones I normally wear. Yes, I do have normal ones as well, but my other ones have bad reflection with the light. So when we're doing video, that's why I wore these. These were great, awesome sunglasses for my good friends at Matador Eyeworks in Milton. So to you guys in Milton, I hope you guys are doing very, very well, because another kind of place that's kind of tough to go in and buy glasses right now.
They've got my props here.
News brought to you by.
And the news is brought to you by Max Tires and Auto Repairs. And of course, they are located at 61 Guelph Street in Georgetown.
Tires, general repairs, tune-ups, all that stuff.
905-873-9255, and they have a licensed mechanic there. I have a couple of them, as a matter of fact. And it's time to get your summers on there, your regular tires, and get the snows off. And
I guess they're called summers, really.
In radio, all the years I've been in radio, I've always had props on my show. I have swishing doors and Bud the Spud on a stick and Peter the piano player with a polyester tie. And Leah has gotten me my very own chimes. Now, as a radio historian, a lot of people know me in the radio business, a bit of a historian. I know these remind me of the NBC chimes that they used on the radio back in the 30s. They used to say, and the time is 7:30. Huh? Isn't that magical? So I've got my own chimes now. So at the end of everything he says, we'll close our show with the Halton Hills chimes.
He's so
Big
giddy.
Daddy's very own chimes.
Everybody, today's show brought to you by, of course, we're talking about restaurants. Order your takeout. They just had our annual takeout day the other day. We've got the Spinning Grill in Acton. They're located in the plaza where there's a new fish and chip place, where Molly's is, Becker's, all that type of stuff. 352 Queen Street, 519-853-2770. It's Mediterranean, and go get yourself a nice shawarma. They're always so yummy. I love shawarmas. They're so good. And support our local businesses. And these guys are a relatively new business, so get out there and support them. Once again, 519-853-2770. Thanks for tuning in. Catch us next week on our Loosey Goosey show.
Yeah, I got to say something.
And keep us up to date every week. And Russ has got something to say.
I know, because I forgot. It's totally my fault. Community is driven by community. You navigate.
We'll drive.
Can I do it once more?
You can.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Be safe.